Alright, Algebra 2. Let's talk about section 3.1, graphing systems of equations. The first example says something like this: solve a system of linear equations by graphing. So the first question I have for you that you need to figure out the answer to: in a system of linear equations, what do they mean? What is a solution? So you need to go to Google, look in your book, find out what a solution is. What do they mean by this? Solve. So find out what a solution to a system is. So here are two equations, and we want you to graph these lines. So in your notes, I want you to graph these two lines and then figure out what you think the solution is. And if you've done it there, then I'd also like you to solve this system by the same method of graphing. So go ahead and graph both of these systems. I know you know how to graph lines, so make sure that you do those in your notes, and then based on what you found for a solution, what a solution is, then determine what that is for each of these. Okay, the next thing you need to look at in section 3.1 is I want you to define three different terms. And those terms for a system of equation are independent, dependent, and inconsistent. So identify what those three terms are: independent, dependent, inconsistent. Once again, you can use the internet or your book. You're talking about systems of equations, linear systems of equations, or system of linear equations, something like that. Well, once you determine what those are, then I want you to fill in this chart. Okay? A system of linear equations can fall into one of these three categories: independent, dependent, inconsistent. And I want you to find out somewhere in the book, online, what do you know about the slopes, what do you know about the y-intercepts, and what do you know about the number of solutions. So fill in these three things. Okay, kind of ran out of room there. But so slopes, y-intercepts, and number of solutions. The first two columns, your only two options are going to be same and different. That's all I want to know. Do you know if they're the same, or do you know if they're different? Or equal to, not equal to, something like that. So all I want to know about these two columns right here. The number of solutions, that'll be an actual value, unless of course there is none, or there is an infinite number. And then once you've filled in that chart, you've figured out whether they're independent, dependent, inconsistent, what that means in terms of the slopes and the y-intercepts, then I want you to use this chart to identify or answer these three questions. It says, without graphing, classify these. And what I mean by that is you need to figure out whether they're independent, dependent, or inconsistent based on the information in that chart. So I want you to do it for those two examples and then this last example. So solve these questions, find out these definitions, fill in that chart, and then we will discuss what you figured out tomorrow.